Paulo Coelho's novel Zahir was published in 2005, drawing its title from the Arabic term Zahir, meaning noticeable, ever-present, and impossible to ignore. The novel delves into the profound essence of an entity that, once encountered, progressively consumes our every contemplation, leaving no room for any other thoughts. It unveils a transformative expedition of love and sorrow, a pilgrimage that unearths self-realization and nurtures spiritual enlightenment. Narrated by an unnamed protagonist who bears a striking resemblance to Paulo Coelho himself, the Zahir weaves a gripping tale of mystery and introspection. The story unravels as the renowned author grapples with the inexplicable disappearance of his wife, Esther, from their Paris residence. Being a celebrated writer of global acclaim and possessing considerable wealth, the narrator finds himself entangled in the enigmatic circumstances surrounding Esther's vanishing. Uncertainty looms as he contemplates whether she was taken against her will, or if she willingly abandoned their life together. The narrator's efforts to bring attention to his wife's disappearance lead to his apprehension by the authorities, who suspect him of foul play. However, his mistress comes to his aid, providing an alibi that secures his release. Once freed, the protagonist becomes consumed by an all-consuming obsession to locate his wife and uncover the truth, his very own Zahir. Overwhelmed by guilt, he embarks on a profound introspection, reminiscing about his life prior to meeting Esther, and acknowledging the profound impact her faith and unwavering support had on his blossoming career as a writer. Driven by an insatiable quest for answers, the narrator discovers that numerous belongings belonging to Esther have gone missing, most notably her passport. This revelation leads him to suspect that she may have intentionally departed, forsaking both him and their homeland. In an attempt to alleviate his guilt and grief, the narrator finds solace in a new affair with Marie, a young and captivating actress. A cathedral undergoing restoration becomes a symbol of inspiration for his latest novel, a deeply emotive work that revolves around his love for Esther. As he launches the book and engages in signing events, an unexpected encounter with Mikhail, one of Esther's closest friends and a suspected romantic interest, sheds light on her hidden life. The narrator discovers that Esther has been working as a war correspondent, a path he had vehemently opposed. This revelation forces him to confront the growing unhappiness she experienced within their marriage. Seeking guidance, the narrator confides in Marie, who encourages him to glean more information from Mikhail, despite harboring reservations due to his reputed instability. Through their conversations, the narrator learns about Mikhail's regular involvement in philanthropic meetings held at a local restaurant, where he exchanges stories with homeless individuals. Mikhail, a man afflicted by schizophrenia and epilepsy, shares tales of the voice that guides him. In an effort to extract Esther's whereabouts from Mikhail, the narrator implores him, but an epileptic episode abruptly interrupts their discussion, and Mikhail abruptly departs. Later, Mikhail returns in the company of Marie, and during their encounter, he metaphorically compares marriage to parallel train tracks, illustrating that while they may seemingly follow each other indefinitely, their connection lies more in destination than in actuality. Persuaded by the narrator, Mikhail finally discloses Esther's address, but he warns that the voice cautions against their immediate meeting. Trusting in this guidance, the narrator sets off the next morning to find Esther, but unfortunately meets with an accident, which he interprets as a confirmation of Mikhail's warning. After some time has passed, the protagonist reaches a realization that the moment has arrived to seek out Esther. Through personal reflection and spiritual growth, he accepts that their marriage is over, and acknowledges that she is happier living apart from him. Nonetheless, he desires a conversation and opportunity for closure, characterized by a sense of tranquility and purpose. Esther, having brought Mikhail from Kazakhstan to France, reciprocates the gesture as she accompanies him back to his homeland. The narrator, now accompanied by Mikhail, embarks on a journey to Kazakhstan in search of Esther. Along the way, they make contact with Dos, whose grandfather had served as Esther's spiritual guide, aiding her in self-reflection and understanding her own identity. Dos requests the narrator to adopt a new name as a symbol of his personal growth during this transformative chapter of his life. Embracing this notion, the narrator chooses to be called Nobody, drawing inspiration from James Joyce's Ulysses. Together, the narrator and Mikhail uncover the truth that Esther has been engaged in teaching French and honing her skills in crafting exquisite carpets. At long last, they reunite with Esther, and Nobody discovers that Dos has become her lover, and she is carrying his child. In the midst of their reunion, Esther reveals that she has been offered another opportunity to work as a correspondent. Despite her present condition, concerned for her safety, the narrator attempts to dissuade her, urging her to prioritize her well-being. However, disregarding his advice, Esther expresses her desire for a horse as she sets out once again, driven by her pursuit of her own Zahir. With determination in her heart, Esther embarks on a new journey, embracing the unknown as she follows the calling of her soul. Despite the lingering attachment between them, the former husband accepts her decision and watches as she ventures forth to explore the depths of her own Zahir, a path uniquely her own.